Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. So unexpectedly, after the last video being the experience and content warning video for this show, today we are actually going to talk about it. So here we are together to talk about my thoughts for the black boys who have considered suicide when the hue gets too heavy. So if you want to know my thoughts and feelings on this show, stick around and we'll get into it in 2 whole seconds. So I feel like I'm mega late to this party because apart from saying the show's name last year in 2023 during an Olivier's predictions video, I had no knowledge on this show. In fact, I think that I said that it would win the Best New Play award in the Olivier's of last year, just because I think I just liked saying the title of the show. It did not win. Prima facie, I don't know how to say that name, but that play won. Quite rightly. I saw it in lockdown. It was an excellent piece of theatre. However, when I heard it was going to be in the Garrick for 9 weeks, I decided it was about time I went to watch it. This is its 3rd run, I think. It started at the new diorama, then it went to the Royal Court, then I believe it had a time on in the Apollo. I'm sure it was in the Apollo, and now until the 1st of June it is at the Garrick. So it's been here, there and everywhere, and I've heard things, I've heard amazing things. I follow some theatre people on social media and I know someone who's been there quite a few times, and I was like, okay, if people are returning to the show, I need to go and see it. So luckily I managed to grab myself a ticket and got myself into the show. So this play is actually inspired by a different work. It is inspired by a choreo poem, I think is the correct term, which was written by, and I hope I pronounce this correctly, I truly apologise if I don't, Ntunzanke Shange. And if I've got that wrong, I truly apologise. But they wrote a work called For Colour Girls Who Consider Suicide When the Rainbow Is Enough. There is a dash halfway through that. This play, however, has been written by Ryan Calais Cameron, and this play itself follows 6 young black men who meet for what can best be described as group therapy, and during this collective chat, if you will, no topic is left off the table. Everything is able to be discussed and every topic is just discussed so excellently, and in a way that it doesn't feel, I was gonna say forced, but I don't know if that's the best way to describe it. It's just so brilliantly written, and written in a way that it does literally feel like this conversation between these 6 people on a variety of topics. Now, if you watched my last video where I talk about the content warnings and trigger points and such, you will know that this is quite a content trigger warning heavy show. The things discussed include racism and racial discrimination, terminal illness, sexual abuse, child abuse, domestic violence, and it is a hard-hitting show. It isn't an easy watch, but it is an excellent watch. This show excellently tells all these stories through the media of spoken word, but also through movement and also through song. When I say song, I mean more music. Through the show, the music is kind of imprinted into the dialogue, but it's just done so well. It's not like there is a piece of dialogue and then this music comes out of nowhere. There is kind of meaning behind it, and it's just very cleverly done. It is hard-hitting, however it is also humorous. The amount of times I had a outburst of laughter, and like, just, it comes out of nowhere as well. It's just so cleverly done, and the balance between them is just something special to behold. Creatively, it is 10 out of 10. I very much enjoyed the design of this show, both the set and the costume, which I believe are both done by Anna Reid. The set is essentially two sets. In Act 1, it has the feel of this therapy session. It is a small feeling room with 6 chairs in it. Hopefully I can find a picture and put it up on screen, but you do feel like you are in this therapy session with these 6 people, and it's just very cleverly done. You are literally drawn into that space because of the way it is designed. And then in the second act, the curtain comes up for the start of Act 2 and you're in this different space. Again, it is simple in that it is just essentially 3 sides of a space, because obviously we are the fourth wall. But in that space there is not a lot there. It is very empty, but it holds so much. Again, hopefully I can find a picture to share. But in the second act, it is basically 2 sets of stairs either side of the stage which go up to a middle platform, and that is it. But the space is just excellently used throughout both Act 1 and Act 2, in both sets of sets. I also really enjoyed the lighting in this show. Throughout the show there is multiple stories from different perspectives from the different characters, and elements of those stories are told with the help of other of the actors being different characters. So for example, when one of the stories is going on, which is about cancer and the passing of a family member, close family member, and how that is dealt with in the show is very clever, because one of the other actors kind of gets sucked in to that story and becomes that person, and the lighting goes with it. I'm not describing it very well, but it's just very cleverly done, and I really enjoyed it. And I don't know if I said, but the lighting is designed by Rory Beaton. It just works really well and helps to tell the stories of these people through just excellent lighting. It definitely brings you central into their story, and I just really liked it. Speaking of the cast, what an excellent cast it was. Like I said, it is a 6-member cast strong, and what a cast it truly is. I just thought they were all amazing. To go through what they go through on that stage 8 shows a week is insane. I literally sat in a park with my friend after seeing the show, and I was just like, how do they do that? Because I am almost a week on, in fact a week on when I'm filming this, I'm still thinking about this show so much, and I only experienced it once. They are going through this like 8 shows a week. How it's just insane. Yeah, my mind is truly blown by the cast of this show and how excellent they really were. Now each cast member has their own name. Each name, I'm unsure if it's a nickname or if it's their true name, but each person has an element of the show to take through. As I said in the last video, when you walk into this show, you are greeted with what they call a self-care and content guide. In that guide, it does explain what each character's kind of storyline is, because they all have different stories to tell, and some of them have a few different stories and some of them have an ongoing story throughout the show. I'm not explaining it well. I don't think I truly will, because the incredibleness of this show is just so hard to put into words. However, like I said, each character has a name. So there's Obsidian, Sable, Pitch, Onyx, Midnight and Jet. Now, so I don't ruin every single member of this cast's name, because I fear that I would, I'm going to put them somewhere around me, whether they are here or they are down below. Each member of this cast were absolutely incredible, very tight-knit, which works so well alongside it feeling like a group therapy session. The cast itself are just so tight-knit and cleverly, it's just absolutely incredible. I just said incredible far too many times in one go. I feel like you can probably tell by what I've been rambling on about for the last 15 minutes how much I enjoyed this show and how incredibly grateful I was to get the chance to see this show during this run. I am a little bit gutted that I didn't get to see it previously, because it's just an incredible piece of theatre. It's theatre at its best, and the fact that I finally got to see it, I'm just 100% grateful for the chance to go and watch this show. Like I said at the beginning, its run is until the 1st of June at the Garrick. Hopefully that is not the end. Hopefully it comes back in some shape or form or somewhere else, and if it does, I will be going back, because I really just loved this show. It's one of those ones that I had no real knowledge going in about, but it made me laugh, it made me cry, it made me think. It just made me do so much thinking. It just made me feel so many things, and it's definitely one that you should definitely talk about afterwards. Like I've said, I think throughout this video and also in the last one, I went to see this show with a friend, and I would 100% recommend doing that, if not just to bounce things off once you leave, because it is a powerful piece of theatre and it's just something special, and I loved it so much. It was so good, and definitely one of my favourite shows I've seen this year. So yeah, I'm going to stop rambling on because I've done it for long enough and you've all got places to be. But there we go, it's amazing. I even bought the play script because I just think it is something special. I don't buy many, but if a show really strikes a chord with me or makes me just incredibly happy, then it will get bought. I don't have many, like I said. Maybe one day we can do a look through all of those scripts. But yeah, I have that, and I also have the programme. Happy days. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you come back for more next time. But I love you all lots. I hope to see you soon. Cheerio, farewell, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. That was really awkward. Bye.